Okay, so now we'll be looking at the next functionality, which is create. How do we create information? How do we fill in this form so that the value drops into this database? It drops in with the insert, and then it comes up here directly so that someone can see the new user here. How do we do that? Okay, so to do that, a couple of things to put in place. So let's look at our form again. So in this our form, you can see action. Action, it does not tell us where to go to, so we'll simply put a dot. In PHP, that dot will represent load me, load whosoever sends me. So given that our form is being sent directly from our home page, it's going to be sent back to our home page. And guess who's handling the home page? This guy, our controller. So for that to happen, we'll go step by step. So our homepage, was this again? Homepage, we don't need you anymore, so we can close you. So in our form, we'll put a dot to say send me back to whosoever sent me. Then we now have to attach a certain method to it. How do we send this information? Is it through post or through get? Given that we're trying to fill in a form, usually advisable to use post, because when you use post, you don't get to see the information up here. Yeah, but when we're trying to delete information, we'll be able to use get so that we see both ways. So we'll be using post in this case. So when using post, our form is already set like this to carry on what it's supposed to do. So I'll come here to this page and say, cool, if is set, if who is set, if, oops, no, not you, if post, if I am being asked to post information, if I'm being asked to post information from form, usually we watch out for the submit button. When you click this button, it should send a certain value, a certain parameter, not you. Oh, we did not fill in the name here. We are having a big issue over this form. We don't have the name attribute field. So say name equal to, please, JavaScript use the ID more. Yeah, whereas server-side languages are going to focus on the name because they carry the value that these forms are trying to send across. So name here is going to be what? Email, and name here. No, name appears. What's this? Number, email. So here is number. So here name is number, email, name here is location. No, okay, great. So be watching out for the name here. Name here is send info. That's what we'll be looking out for. So if send info has been sent, we should see it here, and then we'll use a return here because we don't want this code to go beyond this. And by the way, for that to be done, to have this below, meaning whenever we open this page, if this it has not been set, we should always skip all of this block of code and see this. Yeah, so for that to be done, we proceed with, when we refresh, this is what we get, right? We'll fill this form. Let's try to add someone else we don't know of. Karin, Solange, Felix, Acho, Ben. Here, email address, we put ben@mail.com, and then contact is someone. Cool, we put that number there, and then for their location, I don't know, Ben could be from Garoua. I don't know anywhere in Garoua. Nowhere. I'll just say Garoua. Okay, when I click on send, ooh, the thing has gone somewhere, I don't know. Okay, let's try to catch it. Where has it gone to? I come back and look at the form. I don't know if I'd refreshed that form before. Ooh, if I do not refresh it, I'm in for trouble. I click save and I come here. I'm not seeing it. Oh, let's see, maybe it's here. So let's just say echo here. Oh, here is a form here. So cool. The form is being cut in here. So if we come here and say variable dump post, we should see all the values we entered in the form, because all of them have been held in this post. Why? Because up here is post, so it's able to catch every response we added to this form and keep it in this name attribute. That's what we see here. So you see the name is Ben, email ben@mail.com, number blah blah blah, location blah blah blah. This send info is the value, is this value here. You see there's a space between send value. So actually when you submit the form, it gets the values that have been filled by whichever user was using that form. As simple as that. So the moment I do that, I come back to my form here. I say okay, cool, I want to insert this information. Remember I asked how we keep this, right? So I'll come down here and actually put this information, or lots of information. Then I'll come here to and surround it in quotes. Then I call here SQL. Great. So as I call it, insert into users table. Remember this is a table we created already. It's inserting user ID, username. We really don't need this first part. Anyway, even for trying to use it, we'll move this ID because we're not going to provide any ID. So we're having name, number, email, location, and these are the values. So where it's null here, we take away this null. And then for this name Solange, we'll never be able to have the name Solange. So let's do another variable dump down here, where we try to watch this SQL. We try to see what has this become. So if we save now first and we refresh, we see that we're getting an error, unexpected Solange here. Solange has come out because we use single quotes. Wherever there was a single quote, it actually stopped the string, and then we're able now to read this. Should have been a variable. So for that, we simply come here and add double quotes, put the dot, and then we put the single quotes back. That should help us move forward. So I'll do this double quotes, single quotes again, single quotes, double quotes. Oh, by the way, this is a string. We should not be passing this like this. This is going to be static. We need it to actually get the value from up here. So for that, I'll rather do this to you first, because I want to be seeing the information I was submitted here. Let's get that information first. So the name is equal to, we get it from this global array by calling it name. Yeah, we need a name, email, number, and what, location. Oh, my keyboard keeps switching. Location, name, email, number, location, and I come here and say variable dump, and I do email, location, email, location, where else? Email, location, number, and name. Oops. Name, because I want to see those variables. I want to see what they hold. Good. So I pick them up properly, so I can get name and all of that. So I come down here now. Okay, now this is when we need your. So for name here, I simply come here and replace you with the name. Which name was I trying to pass? So we will do this name. We close you back. We come here for number. This was number. Please, this order must match this order: name, number, and the rest. So do double quotes. No, we do single quotes first. Single quotes, double quotes. Here we're trying to escape the strings here. So that, and then here I get what, the number, and then you double quotes, single quotes, double quotes, space, that email, double quotes, single quotes, and you here single quotes, single quotes again, double quotes, you single quotes, location, and then after the double quotes, single quotes. Okay, let's see how cool that has come. Oh, we're having an error here. Where could this be from? So when I save, it tells me that unexpected comma. Where is this unexpected comma? Where precisely? I've not seen. Okay, there's a 1 comma here. 1 1 1 1. I think they're enough to separate everyone. What's the issue here? Values. Oh la 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 la. Why am I missing a comma? By the way, let me check this on Notepad++. Okay, while that one is loading, let me see on W3 Schools here. So if we're trying to do an insert, because I need a certain function from here again, I come directly here to insert. I'm trying to insert just one at a time. So on insert here, they're going to tell me to build a SQL statement. When I finish building the SQL statement, what I'm now going to use for this SQL statement is I'm going to use this command to insert the information. So let me copy that. So I come back to our code. Okay, let me see. I think this is where I gave it too many quotes, by the way. Let me see if I'm seeing. I still find it there. Double quotes, single quotes, then what did I do here? Single quotes went right through, ended with single quotes, double quotes, single, double, single. Oh, it was the other way around. Double, single, yeah, double, single, double, single, and double, single. Yeah. So when we save this and we come and refresh this, good. So if our code here starts with single quotes, it should end with single quotes, and then every value should have double quotes instead. Yeah, that way is a good way to pass around this. So what we copied a while ago, I simply come here and paste it here. And what does it do? It's going to tell us, it's telling us that if the connection, now remember this connection variable is what we created up here. That's why we leave this right up here. So is it still going through? Connection, yeah, is still going through. So in the same way, in the same light, we could still come back down here, and we don't need to put this table. I'm gonna simply come here and say TBL, because remember, no, we're using this single quote here. We have to start escaping this, and we might get into small issues there. So you can leave it with that variable as a reference. You can see it here. So if the connection query of this SQL, please execute this command. Remember, this command was executed here, and it sent this to the database. So that's what this is going to try to do too. If it does it successfully, it's going to return true. So if this is true, if true is true, which means it's true, then executing here, so it tells us new record created. So a new record has been created in our database. If this new record has been created, what we want to do is we want to refresh the page. So to refresh the page, what we simply do is we refresh the header. So this header we do location. I want to put that dot, meaning run this in the header. Run this dot in this header in this PHP file. So more or less we're asking to refresh this page. So the moment we do that, but then if it does not go through successfully, if it fails, if it fails, tell us error, don't cross, stay on this page if you fail. Okay, so let's refresh this and see on refresh. Cool, it has failed and it's telling us MySQLi query couldn't fetch MySQLi. Why? This is on line 20. So on line 20 it's telling us here that con couldn't fetch MySQLi. With that, I think let me see here, insert into blah 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 blah, cannot fetch MySQLi. Okay, if they're telling us that, then one thing I would do is probably after this run and probably this closed it. Let's see, if we open it, it might take it through. Okay, it has taken it through. So the fact that it was closed here was the issue. But it's always good when you open your database, you always close it. Giving us a tutorial session, we'll leave it open here. Cool. So you see Ben, was it Ben? Yeah, I think it was Ben we're trying to input. That's Ben. You see, we added someone here and pop, the guy came here. Let's add someone else again here. Let's add Paul. Paul coming from what's his number? 675731671. And what is, no, that was his email address. Come on. And what's his email? Paul@mail.com. Yeah. And where is this found? Where's Paul found? Oh my god. Okay, probably in Kigali, Rwanda. Yeah, Rwanda. Let's try to go to other countries too. Rwanda, and then we send info. Cool, Paul has come in. We can see Paul, and we can keep adding until we get tired. So our insert is working. So we'll go back to our readme and we can check our create is working well. So we're left with update and delete. That's going to be a tough one. So on that, catch you in the next lesson.